Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'm also going to take the liberty to ask that we join others. This is the first meeting since the passing of a former First Lady, Nancy Reagan, and a moment of silence. Please bow your heads. Thank you. Roll call.
Michael Cashman,
Here.
Thomas Wood,
Yep.
Martin Mannix,
Here.
James Coffey,
Here.
and Rick Collins.
Resolution 1661, the approval of minutes of the previous meeting.
Resolved that the minutes of February 22nd, 2016 be approved and the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Mannix. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes. Carries. Resolution 1662, abstract.
Resolved that the abstract of audited claims number 3A-16, 273 to 359 for $216,748.53, and abstract 3A-16, 89 to 106 prepays in the amount of $450,295.49, and abstract 3A-15, 2597 to 2603 for $3,163.52. Be received as reviewed by the audit committee, and the supervisor is hereby authorized to take said action.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Mannix. Any conversation? Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cashman.
Yes, carries. Resolution 1663, 2015 General Fund Year-End Budget Amendment.
Whereas the equipment line item for capital services department in the general fund has been exceeded the budget amount due to the purchase of computer equipment and vehicles during the 2015 fiscal year. Whereas the budget amendment will offset from the contingency line item of 2015 budget. Therefore be resolved that the town board, town of Plattsburgh, authorize the following budget amendments. Increase appropriation equipment, $8,000. Decrease appropriation contingency by $8,000.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix. Is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion?
Would that end the budget? I mean, you're looking at more later on, or
It's my understanding it should end it.
should end?
Any other conversation? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Martin Mannix,
Yes.
Mike Cashman.
Yes, carries. Resolution 1664, disposal of surplus computers.
Whereas the town of Plattsburgh Tech Committee has determined that various computers are surplus with no residual value and it's necessary to take said computers out of service. Whereas the following computers have been recommended by the Tech Committee as surplus and no longer needed, as so noted. Whereas the computers will be turned over to the Superintendent of Building and Grounds for removal of all hard drives and proper disposal of the computers. Therefore be resolved, the town board does hereby authorize the disposal of said computers, and it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager and the superintendent of building and grounds.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Mannix. Any discussion? I would just offer a comment. I was very pleased to know that Brian Dowling actually has gone into some of these older computers, taking out hard drives and various pieces that can be recycled in different manners to really try to extend the length of use for some of the materials that we have in the town. So very appreciative of him and Trevor and other members of the tech committee to really get the most out of that product.
So there's not much left that's any good on the ones we're disposing.
Not to my understanding, so. Any other discussion? Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes, carries. Resolution 1665, bid award for surplus highway equipment.
Whereas Resolution 16-54 authorized advertisement for bids to be open 2016 for surplus equipment that was received. Whereas town clerk prepared a document of the surplus equipment, made them available to the public, and has reviewed all bids received. Therefore be resolved that the purchase of surplus equipment be awarded to the highest approved bidder as per attached report. And it be further resolved that payment be made and deposited into the revenue funds for surplus equipment to be distributed to the corresponding highway department account. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the highway department and the finance manager.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Mannix, is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion?
Yes, I was pleased to see what the high bid was. I mean, it's almost twice what the second and third bids were. They were close, but they're basically about 40-something% of what the high bid was. 55% of what the high bid was. So we did well.
Yes, we did.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
and Michael Cash.
Yes, carries. Resolution 1666, highway request for town road closures.
Whereas the supervisor has received a letter dated February 29, 2016 from James Wood, Superintendent of Highways, requesting permission to temporarily post the following town roads effective March 14, 2016. Akey Road, Bart Murrow Road, a section, and Jean Lefebvre Road intersection, Bradford Road, Champlain Park, all entrances. Cliff Haven Community, all entrances. Durand Road, Jean Lefebvre Road, Kennedy Road, Robinson Road, Stafford Road, South Junction Road, Trudeau Road, Thunderbird Heights, all entrances. Woodcliff Drive, and Wallace Hill Road. Therefore be resolved that certain vehicles as described by the New York State Department of Vehicle and Traffic Law, Section 1660, be excluded from town highways or sections thereof of the list aforementioned letter upon the erection of signs posting the respective highways or sections thereof. 2, a notice pursuant to Section 1660 being published in the Press Republican. And it be further resolved that the town board is hereby authorized and direct the town clerk to cause a notice to be published in the Press Republican according to town law. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the finance manager, highway superintendent, and town clerk.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Wood. Is there a second?
Second.
Mannix, any discussion? I think it should be noted, since we're on TV and also with radio here, so that people understand what the road closure process really looking for. As our highway superintendent, Jim Woods, has requested, is the authorization to temporarily post a closing with the following town roads for their entirety for vehicles with a gross weight in excess of 5 or more tons on any axle. So my little Honda Fit, for example, is still going to be able to drive the roads of Plattsburgh as well as others. I just think that some clarity needs to be put out there, because when you hear about road closures, people don't necessarily know what that means, and it gives our highway guys a chance to get out there and to assess what's going on for road fixtures, et cetera, et cetera. So, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Mike Cash.
Yes, carries. We have another counselor joining us. I'm just going to give her an opportunity to get to the desk. I also didn't know earlier that we started our meeting at 7:01. I apologize for that. All right. Going to Resolution 1667, Alternate Board of Appeals Board Appointment.
Whereas a vacancy exists in the zoning board of appeals for an alternate board member. Whereas Mary Ann Alexandro
Yes.
is willing to serve as an alternate board member. Therefore be resolved that the Town of Plattsburgh Town Board does hereby appoint Mary Ann Alexandro to the Board of Appeals for a term to expire 12/31/2019. And it be further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Codes and Zoning Department Head, Chairman of the Zoning Board, and a certified copy given to Ms. Alexandro. And it be further resolved that Ms. Alexandro take the oath of office within 30 days of this resolution.
Is there a motion? Mannix, is there a second?
Second.
Wood. Any discussion? Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes, carries. Resolution 1668, request to attend New York Planning Federation Conference.
Whereas the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Department and Planning Board members are required to maintain professional training and development. And whereas it is in the best interest of the Town of Plattsburgh Planning Department to update technical knowledge and new regulations, information regarding comprehensive planning, complete streets, subdivision, and site plan reviews. Now therefore be resolved that Phil Von Bargen, Trevor Cole of the Planning Department, as well as Planning Department members Jeff Wagner, David Kimmel, Terry Besaw, Sandy Latterell, Gail Kemp, and Tim Palmer be allowed to attend the New York State Planning Federation Conference to be held on April 13th to the 14th, 2015 in Bolton Landing, New York. And to be further resolved that $775 for lodging and meals and $1,380 for registration to be charged to the Planning Department budget account number. And it is further resolved that a copy of this resolution be given to the Finance Manager and Planning Department heads.
Is there a motion? Dave, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? I'll just add for the comments, originally during our work session, we had talked about Michelle participating in this conference. I had conversations with Phil, our senior planner, about the need for her to stay back and to watch the office. In addition to it, she participated in the conference last year. There was much conversation a year ago about how Michelle, it's good for her to receive the professional development opportunities and the learning, but certainly isn't necessary for her to attend every year. I told Phil, as I did Michelle, that I would personally entertain her going next year, but certainly didn't see the need for her to attend every year. Roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes, carries. All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I was gonna say not all at once now. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call.
Thomas Wood,
Yes.
Mark Mannix,
Yes.
Mike LaFave,
Yes.
Michael Cash.
Yes, carries. Thank you very much, folks.
What time is it, Mike? Are you calling?
I'm gonna hit my clock right now,
14.
7:14.